Good afternoon, everyone. This is Gary Herman with the Hawk again, your health and wellness coach, going through week 3 of the ladder. So this week we're doing a 5x3 ladder. So you can see on the board that we're just adding another round to the ladder. And then this week we're going to focus on your wrist and hands. So anyone who's out there who's typing a whole bunch, anyone has some carpal tunnel type issues, or just anyone who's really at a desk a whole bunch, is going to be a very, very beneficial section for you today. So hopefully you're able to enjoy it and you get a lot out of it. As always, thank you so much for joining us. The first thing we're going to get to do today is, you know it, the individualized warm-up. Make sure you guys warm up and do whatever you need to do. You guys are individuals. Do it makes you warmed up. Some people that's doing nothing. Some people that's sitting there and getting on, just walking around your house for a little bit for 10, 15 minutes. Or other people, it's doing some yoga flows or something like that. Do whatever you need to. Just make sure you're warmed before you start getting into this, because it kind of defeats the purpose if you're nice and tight and then you're not actually getting the full benefit of anything until you're halfway done with the session. So individualized warm-up is totally worth it if your body needs it. And only you know that. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to work on the wrist. So soft tissue. You're going to grab your ball. I'm doing this so you can actually see me. I'm going to go to the inside where my thumb is. It's called like the snuff box. You're going to put this soft tissue, your ball in there. You're going to tack it in. And you're going to make a fist and move it back and forth. So when you really push it down, it's going to get pretty tender there. So don't do anything that's painful. Just do where it's just nice and easy. Okay, that's one spot you can hit with it. You can also hit right above that, the bottom of your forearm there. If you'd rather hit there, just going to hit that spot. And you're going to ulnar and radial deviate your wrist there, do little circles, move it around. Just trying to hit that wrist, opening up that little snuff box area right there. Next thing where we got is you're going to grab your marker. So you're going to do that for 2 minutes on each side. Next thing you're going to grab your marker, your highlighter. You're going to go in the palm, on your palm, and that web size of your thumb. And you're going to push on it, tack it down. That intensified like crazy when I actually twisted and took the slack out of it. And then you're going to move your hand around. You're going to notice, these aren't fake gestures I'm getting. This is real. It gets very, very tender when you start doing it. Try to grab the marker and then open it back up. Grab the marker, open it back up. Okay, you can also go on the top of it as well. Pushing in the top, get that web space going, opening it up. Same thing, making a fist and opening up. If that's not doing anything for you, you can always get a pen and get in between your fingers. Same thing in the web space there. Go on both sides. And notice how it releases how you have some tender spots. It's going to be very, very, it should be pretty tender here. If you don't have a marker, oh wow, use your thumb. Do the same thing. The marker's nice because you can put it in, twist it pretty good in there to take out the slack, and it's just a little easier just to hold, and it doesn't wear out your other hand, which I don't want to fatigue my other hand. That kind of defeats the purpose of me working my wrist and everything, releasing it up. So there's our tissue quality spots we're going to hit today. Next thing we're going to do for a minute, you're going to be in a tall kneeling position. And what you're going to do, you're going to grab your wrist and you're going to pull it. So you're going to feel like you're pulling your bones apart there a little bit. A little distraction, a little bit of traction. You're going to pull, and what you're going to do is extend out and back. So as you're going through, you're just opening up that joint space there. Just nice and easy. Don't do anything that's painful. Just nice and easy. But you should feel a little bit pulled away from your joint there. You're going to do a minute on each side, so you can't really see it. But I'm pulling off a little bit, and I'm flexing and extending as I'm going through my motion. Just doing different things, going across your body, just opening it up some. You're going to hit that for a minute on each side. When you get finished with that, you're going to shake it out. You're going to act like you're putting on gloves with both your fingers, or both your hands. So you're going to put your hands together, it's a little pincher grip, and then you're going to put your hands into the glove and open them up. Really splay them open. Pinch them in, open them up. You're going to do this for a minute. It's nice and easy. Really open up. You might feel fatigue. Like I've done 5 of them already and I'm getting fatigued here, right there. And that's normal because we aren't used to splaying our fingers out a whole bunch. So don't think so. Just go nice and easy pace. I highly recommend you doing this throughout the day for one of your movement minutes, because it's going to be super beneficial as well. Okay, so there's our pretty much stretching warm-up stuff. Next, we have our ladder. So we're going to go through 5 rounds of this, 5 rounds of 3. So same thing, whatever push-up you've been doing last week, we're just doing the exact same stuff. So you have 1 push-up, push back to bottom of hip hinge to stand. Coming forward, or 2 push-ups. This is the second one. To bottom of squat to stand. When you come back down, all you can do is put your hands to the ground, have your knees touch, and push back up. There's your second one. Then you pull all the way out. 3. 3. Do whatever you want to coming back up. 1. There's my hip hinge. Deep squat. 2. 3. And then you repeat that for 4 more rounds. You have 5 rounds of it. Feel free, after you get through your 1, 2, 3, rest, take a little bit of a break. You don't have to boom, boom, boom through it. You want to make sure your push-ups are good quality push-ups. And so, because if you're going to and you're around 3 or 4 and your push-ups are starting to become this little wormy type thing, you're defeating the purpose and you have an illusion of progression. You're actually regressing and making yourself worse. So even though you think you're doing better things for yourself, you're actually doing your body harm. So feel free, take the breaks as needed, that you need to. After that, we have our superset. So, for your superset, you're going to need a dowel, just like last week. You're going to need some type of weight that you can hold that's kind of off balance. Kettlebells are super nice. I'll show you the drill with it, with the kettlebell. But the other stuff, and then you need a wall of some sort. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to work on rooting to the ground with our hands. So as we do this, first we're just going to do a plank. But as we root, you're going to open your fingers up, just like you put those gloves on earlier. Open the fingers up, set it down. Open the fingers up, set it down. Nice and splayed. You're going to shoulders nice and up, bad position, pack your shoulders in. As you do this, you're rotating so the inside of your elbows are pointing forward. You might notice the inside of your fingertips have turned a little white. Yeah. And that's what you want. So imagine you're opening up a jar with your right hand, but your hand is stuck. You can't actually move it. So see how my elbows are out and I push them back. Then what I'm going to do is, if you can, you're going to put your feet up on a wall and we're going to hold a plank here. If this is too much, right there, feet down on the ground, totally fine. Now I want to make sure you're in a good plank position and not hips up in the air or dropping the hips. So you engage there. So we're going to hold that for 35 seconds. Then you're going to go into the next one, which is a quad with your fingers splayed still. Quad rooting, locking it in, transitioning to a crab, making sure your fingers are still wide, and bridge. Go one way, coming back, other way. Making sure the fingers are super splayed as we're going through. Don't stretch them in, wide them out the whole time. We're really focusing on opening them up during this session today. After that, we have our tall kneeling dowel shoulder opener. But last week we did the same thing, but this we're going to do it a little bit differently. When you hold your dowel, you're going to have a thumbs up position on both sides. So as your thumbs out, so you're not going to grab it like this time. You're going to open it up, so your thumbs out on both sides, and you're going to go back. You're going to notice as you do that, way more of a stretch going through there. Okay, so you're just going to hold it there, 35 seconds, rotate the head, you can do little lateral bends, you can disassociate, just hold in that position. If you ever feel as though you need to take it out. Relax a second. It's going to be a good stretch with these thumbs coming out. So we just added this to last week's drill. Nice and shoulders packed, and we're good. 35 seconds there. When you get done, you're going to grab your weight. Okay, I'm going to kneel on this, but you're going to do it standing up. Grab your weight. Instead of holding it here or back like this, we're going to hold it bottoms up. So you want something that has some type of a handle to it if possible. So this, a laundry jug, water jug, something like this. This works out pretty nicely. If you want to make it even more challenging, only fill the water up halfway inside of here. So this is pretty full, so this is not going to move that whole bunch. But you want to make it challenging, you go here. And then in this position, you can just stand or just kneel, just do head control. Whatever you want. You can also, I can march here. Or what the drill says, you actually stand and march. And if you have room to walk, walk. But try to keep it locked in. After 35 seconds, you're just going to switch sides and go to the other side. Then at the very end, you're going to go through and hit whatever hot spot was the worst for you. And then that's the end of your session. So during that superset, you're going to try to repeat it 3 to 5 rounds, 35 seconds in each spot. So that should give you about 5 seconds to transition. So you're really hitting 30 seconds of actual work in each spot. And then you just keep going on from there. So I'll see you guys next week. And next week, we're going to do a recap. So we're going to focus on hitting the chunk and low back again. We're going to go the elbow and the wrist and hands. So every 3 weeks after that, the 4th week, we're going to do a recap of everything. So the session's going to be a little bit different, but hopefully we're getting benefit of it. So once you get finished doing your 5 rounds of 3, sometime later in the week, do 1 more round of that, and just go at your own pace, nice and easy, good reps, good quality stuff. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Leave a message down below, post something, and we'll get back to you. So thank you very much, guys. You guys have a blessed day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.